Greg Garris, 3203 Lake Erie Drive, St. Cloud, Florida, 34769. Well, we made it through the last day of school. Now, I know that summer school is starting, so that's a whole nother kettle of fish. But I think that it's been a really, really difficult year. Like, when I think back to when we were doing the quarantine presence and we were sending the kids home with their devices and expecting them to do work, and I put everything on Teams like a good teacher does, and they didn't do any work, we were told to show compassion and grace. My question tonight to the board and to the administration is, where is the compassion and where is the grace for the teachers? I have been an employee of this district for 16 years, and I have grown accustomed that when my contract is done and I do my final check, and I submitted my final check, when I used to give that final check to Dr. Allen, I got my paychecks, physical paychecks. Oh, but times moved on, and now we get them, we're supposed to get them electronically. Oh, but wait, not this year. I'm still waiting for my money. The school district of Osceola County has been sitting on 4 paychecks for every single teacher that elects to have 24 pays. Now, it's in the portal. Finally, the last check showed up yesterday after 3 o'clock. I don't mean to tell you, but some teachers already contacted me because they were nervous. Why am I not showing 4 checks? Where's my summer money? That's what they want to know.
We are living in wow times. Seeing what I have seen these last 5 to 6 months, especially witnessing our last meeting here last month, all I can say is wow. But tonight, I want to share a wow message, which stands a word of wisdom for the wise. Because our young people are truly in trouble. You know that? I know that. Every day I see it. And this is the word of wisdom. Your rewards in life are determined by the problems you solve for others. Mike Murdoch said that. He's my wisdom mentor. Your rewards in life are determined by the problems you solve for others, and we have a lot of problems being discussed here and in the community. So we need favor to be able to solve these problems. We need favor from people, and we need favor from God.
My mom and dad have a favorite show, and I'm just going to paraphrase what the main character said. Do you know what they call a husband that loses a wife, widower? Do you know what they call a child that loses a parent, an orphan? But do any of you know what they call a parent that loses a child? I hear there's no word for it. The pain is so profound that there's not one. But if you know one, please share it. The reason I'm speaking to you today is because I have little faith in the board when it comes to safety and security, and I also want to share why my kid did not attend the last day of school. I also want to let you know that I have a lot of love for law enforcement. It's probably one of the reasons I don't have a lot of friends. Second, I've been to a lot of board meetings. I've shared a lot of stories, solutions, and statistics, stories, but not today. Today I'm just going to rant and complain. What prompts me to speak today is that I called the district on the last day of school asking them, do you have any protocols for students that are, or parents that are scared to send their kids to school the last day? I did get a call back, and I was told that you guys had extra security, but that's temporary. Why does this concern me? Let me put into context. Over a year ago, a couple years ago, my child attended one of the schools here in Osceola County. Here's a map of it, and as you can tell, there's the entrance, and this is where your SRO posts themselves. And as I talked to a couple of parents, I understand that this SRO continues to leave the school at time of dismissal, all for the buses. So let me ask you guys, are you okay to have a SRO outside of the school, which all these tragic events have been, happening at the time of dismissal, at least the last two?
I want to, to the board, thank you guys for what you do each day. I know it's not easy. You get criticized, you get called names. That guy was here standing up and said, blasted on social media. I guess you guys are accustomed to that because you're not saying it, but I'm sure you have been. Good, bad, whatever happens, People come up here like me, telling you things about yourself, because all we know about you is what you're here and what you do, your actions. But one thing I need to tell you guys, and there's a poem, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, they don't hurt me." That's a big lie. That's what, everything that's happening here is words, right? But words have a lot of effect, because words get into contracts. Words is everything. Our kids go to school because that's words is coming into them. And what are they being taught? How they carry themselves. Our district have our kids for 7+ hours. They go home, the parents see them maybe 2, because parents are working a lot of hours. So what you guys put into them is what they carry home. And now the dysfunction in the homes, sometimes coming because of the school pushing things into them that is not about 2 + 2 or English, grammar, or all these things. It's so much other stuff that they have to deal with, and the school is allowing it.
Address of my friendly female Doberman dog, if you'd like to pay me a visit. Today I'm just here to make a public service announcement regarding private school education. Parents, I just want them to know that there is scholarships out there that do provide for a lot of money for you to send your children to private schools. They're called the Hope Foundation, Step Up for Students, McKay Foundation. You can apply for those scholarships and they will provide you pretty much full tuition for you to go to private schools. So if you need to pull your kids out of public schools, please feel free to call me. My number is 954-268-5421.
I wanted to come here and talk about what really matters the most, and that's the students of this district. And I just want to, kind of acknowledge, how the board acts, and how you expect the students to respect administration, but you guys can't even get along within your own school board. So how do you expect for students to respect administration when clearly you have students? I have students who message me and they laugh at you guys because there's no type of discipline. It's not about the politics. It's about the students of this community. Let me say it again, the students of this community. And it's not about allegations. We're not in DC. This is not a Supreme Court. Because if I recall, if the governor is going to review one person, he's going to review all. It's not one-sided. We need to play this thing fair, and we need to play it fair immediately. And I just want to say it's time to tighten up as a school board. There's no reason that you guys should be arguing arguing with each other and pens getting thrown on the ground. That is unacceptable.
Now, it's my first time attending your board here, and I've been observing this evening everyone and everything that was said. I noticed a lot of money has been spent. You all went through a list and you all just spent, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars just during this meeting. And then I listen to these folks, teachers, students. These are children, okay? And then you start nitpicking as to what this charter school can do financially instead of stepping up and helping the charter school. But you come up with all these legal and blaming Tallahassee. Really? You really want to blame Tallahassee? I heard it. I was paying attention.
I just had a few questions. After watching the library book workshop this afternoon, I had a couple questions about the new book access policy. I understand that a few books brought to the board's attention publicly have already been pulled for review. When the books were pulled, I'm just wondering if they were also pulled from the classroom libraries, because it is known that some of the teachers have copies of these exact titles in their classroom libraries, or if they were just pulled from the school libraries. So I wondered how that was being handled. I was told that the access policy default will be full access unless proper steps are taken by a parent. Being a parent and a teacher, as long as I have, knowing how many things parents get from school to read and fill out, this just gives them one more thing to do. The more effective approach would be for no access to be the default, and parents can sign for children to have other levels of access. Just like when I, as a teacher, want to show a PG or a PG-13 movie in my classroom, the procedure is to send out a permission slip to allow access. This will also protect the children that do not have an involved support system at home. If access is desired, then it's in the hands of the student and/or parents to do the legwork to get it done. Again, this is not about banning books. This is about using taxpayer funds to buy age inappropriate and lewd materials, some of which possibly violate state statutes.
And I'm here to voice my concerns of why almost 3 months ago, we had a group of parents here come and read to all of you pornographic material. And up till today, you're still deciding how many of those books are going to be removed, how they're going to be removed, and still working on the procedures of the first place, how did they get there? And we still don't have any clarity about it. So while the debate goes on and on, what are we going to do? What's going to happen in August? Are we going to go back to coming here for a whole year, every 2 weeks, talking about the same things? How come these books are still in the libraries? It has become a political chess game. We see it here every 2 weeks. We see your faces, the rolling of the eyes, the cattiness. It has to stop. We're expecting a lot more from all of you. You represent all of us. Ms. Castillo, I'm ashamed to tell you that I'm appalled by the fact that you continue to defend certain books because they are literary pieces. And that just because they have one page that has some material that is inappropriate, we should consider because they're literary pieces. I'm sorry, but if it's pornography, it's pornography. Not one page, not one line, not one word.